Myself Jaspreet Singh. I'll be taking the newspaper portion of this class. This is going to be a 6 to 7 hour session. I'll tell you initially how to read the newspaper, why to read the newspaper, right? For civil services. Be very specific. We are here for the civil services. We are not reading the newspaper for leisure. ठीक है ना? And after that there will be specific faculties who will take the specific portion of current affairs. Polity IR का ऐसे करके चलेगा पूरा session. आज का program ये है, ठीक है? My part is how to read the newspaper for civil services. Now for reading the newspaper you need two things. You need two things. What are the two things? Newspaper तो चाहिए ही. You need the newspaper obviously. No, I'm asking what two prerequisites you need before reading the newspaper. Very good, shabash. Memorizing the syllabus. Why? Because we are reading for the civil services. We must know the syllabus now, then only we can read the newspaper. It is like a book for us. And we must know the syllabus before reading the book. What else? What else? Huh? Very good. Last year questions. If we don't know what kind of questions they are asking from the newspaper, we may be reading those topics which are never going to be asked in the exam, right? So we need two things. One is the syllabus and previous year questions. We must be aware of both these aspects. All right. The syllabus and previous year questions. For anything, for everything, even for your optional, you must know the syllabus and you must know the previous year questions, right? Got it? This is the best advice you will be getting in this whole session. Keep in mind these two things. Now in this class, what we'll do? First of all, we'll identify what is the importance of newspaper in this whole preparation with regards to the 4 papers, GS 1, 2, 3, 4 and optionals and essay. Then setting priorities and realistic targets. This is very important for this exam. We must have realistic targets. If you target, I'll read 3 newspapers, it is not a good strategy. There was a topper called Gaurav Agarwal who used to read the newspaper and make notes. Then also there was a topper called Ira Singhal. She doesn't used to read any newspaper. Only coaching material she used to read. So there are different strategies. You have to identify your strengths and weaknesses and make your own strategy. All right. Dividing newspaper into various sections. You must know that this news item has come. For example, juvenile justice bill. It is in the news. It pertains to which section of the GS paper? Alright, so you must be very clear that this is in this bucket. ठीक है ना? वहाँ आप लिख भी सकते हो. When we'll do the live reading session, we'll do it. Alright. Then live newspaper reading session, we'll read the Hindu. We'll devote 20 minutes. And then most important part, the most important question many of you may have, how to make notes. Whether to make notes or not, that is also a good question. And how to utilize vision as current affair notes. All right, this will be our agenda. All right, let's proceed. Now, when we read some news items, we must immediately identify the GS paper to which it belongs. For example, कहीं earthquake आ रहा है नेपाल में, so we must know this is a topic of GS 1. All right, so they may ask something about earthquake, तो earthquake topic उसी time revise कर लो. Any natural calamity will be there. Then emergency. Last year emergency was in news. So it belongs to paper 1. Which part? Post-independence. So you must prepare the emergency topics. And every topic must be prepared from 4 angles. There are 4 parts of every topic. First is, what is the topic? Obviously. The what part. And then there always will be 2 views for that topic. For example, topic is emergency. Some will say it was a good. Some will say it was a bad. So there will be a versus angle, positive and negative. And then lastly, yes, way forward. For example, smart city topic is there, or startup India recently they have launched it, right? Startup India. First, we must know what are the provisions of Stand Up India, Startup India. Then, how it will benefit. Then, obviously, there will be some criticism, some challenges. कि यार ये तो feasible नहीं है. Some will say it is unrealistic. Some will say there are some challenges. We must know that aspect. And lastly, we must give some suggestions कि how to overcome those challenges and how to make Startup India more efficient, like dovetailing it with Make in India, then Digital India, Skill India, सब mix कर दो. All right. So every topic has 4 aspects. Whenever you read a newspaper, like we'll be reading the newspaper right now also, ये mind में रखो कि newspaper may not cover these 4 aspects, but we have to cover these 4 aspects. We don't have to read the newspaper. We have to read the newspaper for कहाँ गए? Civil Services exam, right? We have to read the news, even the Vision as current affairs notes. We have to read it for Civil Services exams. All right. तो हमें ये जब 4 aspect होंगे, when we'll have these 4 aspects, any question on Startup India is covered. Any question. If they'll ask only the criticism part, we'll know. If they'll ask us suggestions, we'll know. All right. Got it? What I'm saying? तो ऐसे पढ़ो न्यूज़पेपर को. Keep a bird's eye view. Keep a holistic understanding. All right. Then GS3, ISIS. A question was asked on ISIS this year in 2015 mains. What was the aim of ISIS? Then 14th Finance Commission. All right. It was not asked, but I'm just giving an example. Like if the topic comes, you must be able to identify to which section it belongs. Then GS4. देखो GS1 and GS4. They are mostly independent of the newspaper, except for the geography part here. Geography का इस बार 70 marks का आया था. In 2014 100 marks का आया था. All right. So you can say geography part, it belongs to current affairs. Like the Delhi question came this year. You have seen the mains paper, right? 2015 Delhi more polluted than the other 2 cities they had asked. So some relation is there with the newspaper, but otherwise history hai, culture hai, they are static part, and GS4 is also static part. One case study came of DM, similar to DM Gopalganj case, है but apart from that everything is static. So ultimately newspaper reading boils down to GS2 and 3. So you are reading newspaper for 500 marks. Keep this in mind. Ultimately you are reading the newspaper for 500 marks. Should I rub it? And what is the priority for the exam? देखो, newspaper reading is not an end in itself. It is a means for civil services. है ना? तो first of all, we must identify what are the priority areas to clear this exam. What are the priority areas? पहले तो आपके 500 नंबर के ऑप्शनल है, right? Then 250 marks essay. इन दोनों में if you have some newspaper related optional like pub-ed, otherwise ये independent है 500 marks. Then what else? 250 marks ethics and then 250 marks GS1, where a portion of it belongs to newspaper. तो these things, this is your priority. First number पे आपको optional सबसे पहले तैयार होना चाहिए. Then essay, most neglected part of this examination. Many people are not able to clear because of this. Then ethics, then GS1. उसके बाद आपका आना चाहिए GS2 and 3 because this belongs to newspaper and it is very unpredictable, volatile also. This year the paper was very simple, fortunately. All right, so this is your priority. तो अगर आप 500 नंबर के लिए 4 अखबार पढ़ रहे हो, 3 घंटे 4 घंटे लगा रहे हो, and for the rest of this, how much is this? 1250 नंबर के लिए आप फिर 3-4 घंटे दे रहे हो, then you are not utilizing your time properly. Ultimately, the number of hours which you have in the day, they are limited. आपके पास 8-10 घंटे ही हैं जो अच्छे से पढ़ते हैं, वैसे तो 6 घंटे ही हैं बाकी लोगों के लिए. तो you must utilize it efficiently. आप न्यूज़पेपर ही मत पढ़ते रह जाओ 2-3 घंटे. You read it very specifically कि I am reading it mainly for GS2 and 3 and some part of GS1. All right, and that too I'll complement it with the coaching notes. वो भी तो कुछ कर रहे हैं. Coaching किस लिए है? किस लिए coaching? आपकी हेल्प करने के लिए ना. अगर आप ही कर रहे हो सब कुछ, then what is the use of coaching? If you are only doing everything, but why should we, again the question comes, why should we read newspaper then? If we read newspaper regularly, एक story बनी रहती है. All right, we have an understanding. Then when we read the coaching notes, we are able to relate quickly. We are able to grasp quickly. So the strategy, the best strategy would be to read a newspaper regularly, and that too within an hour. एक घंटे में उसे खत्म कर दो फटाफट. All right, and we'll come to it कि we want to make notes or not. वो अलग story है. But read a newspaper regularly. It depends upon you. अगर आपका optional ये सब बहुत अच्छे से तैयार है, if you are well prepared, you can read 2 newspapers also, like Indian Express and Hindu. Hindu is mostly critical of the government. All right. To balance it out, we can have Express, 2 newspapers. But if you devote more than 2, if you read more than 2 newspapers, then obviously, थोड़ा सा आपका strategy I think is not correct. All right. Gaurav Agarwal used to read many newspapers. All right, but you have to identify yourself. Where do you stand? Where do you stand on this list? If this list is strong, ultimately interview call कहाँ से आएगी? Interview call कहाँ से? I'm not asking about the merit list. Interview call कैसे आएगी? If you have command over optional and essay. इसमें अगर आप अच्छा score करते हो, you will get the interview call. No doubt about it. You will get the interview call. And after that, when you score good in ethics and the other GS exams, you will get on the merit list. And if you score very good in the interview, you will get IS. All right? You will get IS. But if you focus on GS or optional तैयार है नहीं, then it's a bit of problem. Got it? So be very specific, be very clear, set your priorities right. चलो आगे आ जाओ. And similarly for the optional papers, for example, PubEd है, नीति आयोग प्लानिंग कमीशन डिबेट चल रहा है, तो it belongs to your syllabus. It can be asked to prepare like that also. Relate the newspaper to your optional also. All right. Now these are the various sections of the newspaper. Obviously, front page पढ़ लो, उसके बाद पीछे से शुरू करो. That would be the better, right? Rather than reading the filler pages 2, 3, 4 जो बीच में होते हैं. You can read the economy page or you can read the international page. It's up to you. For example, some may feel that they are not very good at economics, तो वो last में पढ़ लो. If you are very good at economics या international आपका बहुत अच्छे से तैयार है, read that part, right? So major chunks would be economy, international, national, and op-ed. These are the major chunks, right? Don't read the filler pages. How to identify what news item to read? We'll do it in live session. तब ज़्यादा समझ आएगा, right? Obviously, what we need to avoid? What we need to avoid? मसाला न्यूज़ है ना, किसी ने कहा है कि ये अपोजिशन की चाल है, ये सब चीज़ें we don't bother about it, right? But any news item relating to civil services, like the DM Gopalganj case, किसी civil servant ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया, like that Arunachal DM was there who used his own money to construct some road there. So look out for these items, right? It is your field. You should have some interest, and you can use these in ethics paper also, right? You can use as examples in other GS papers. Look out for those things. I told you already this. Remember the UPSC keywords: Supreme Court judgments, policy bills, schemes, reports. All right, all those things you must. You will be able to read newspaper in 40 to 30 minutes only if you remember the syllabus and the previous year questions. तब आप फटाफट shift करोगे कि यार ये तो पढ़ने लायक नहीं है, ये आएगा, ये नहीं आएगा. All right. For example, आप कुछ ऐसा पढ़ लो जो कि पहले ही पूछ चुके हैं. They have asked it, and again you are making notes. Then you realize, यार they have asked this a year or 2 back in the mains examination. All right. So your effort will be wasted in that case. These are the major sections. Okay, what is the best time to read the newspaper? Some read it first thing in the morning, some read it before going to bed. So it is up to you, it doesn't make a difference. It is up to you. कभी भी पढ़ लो यार. But read it when you are active. ऐसा नहीं कि सो रहे हो और फिर पढ़ रहे हो. That goes for anything, everything, alright? When you are, it is up to you. When you are free, कोई metro से आ रहा है coaching में, तब वो पढ़ रहा है, alright? They are utilizing their metro travel time. So it is up to you. Make your own strategy. But do read a newspaper daily. Alright? Notes making will do. Alright. Let's read the newspaper now. Everybody has one that newspaper, Hindu newspaper. All right, let's begin. है सबके पास आसपास? So let us begin. First page. What is the news item जो important है? IMF cuts global growth forecast as China slows. पढ़ो इसे फटाफट. I'll give you 2 minutes. हाँ? What? Read it fast. Okay, tell me what is it?
The growth rate of Chinese economy is the slowest in the last
Okay. Now tell me what is the importance of this news item for mains, prelims? Prelims में कुछ आ सकता है इसमें से? Recently in November, Chinese currency was included in the SDR. ठीक है ना? तो what prelims question can be framed? What are the currencies in SDR? Some statement can be asked on utility of SDR. What is SDR? UPSC asks basic things in prelims. Alright, तो पहले तो ये ठनकना चाहिए दिमाग में कि this kind of question can be asked in prelims. So if you know what is SDR, you know all the concepts, move on. Otherwise उसको revise कर लो फटाफट. Alright, now come to mains. IMF cuts global growth forecast as China slows. Alright, so a direct question may not come on the implication of Chinese slowdown on Indian growth. Every question of mains comes from an Indian angle. ठीक है ना? Even if they are asking ISIS, they are asking the implications on India. तो हर चीज़ Indian angle से पढ़ लो आप इसे. तो इस news item में they have given कि why China is slowing, all right, and they have given a comparative view of other emerging economies, all right. So you must know कि why China is slowing down, all right. This is basically a story which has been played out from the last 2-3 months. चल रहा है ये पूरा कहानी, हर news आ रहा है. The crash of the Chinese stock market was the phenomena, all right. Overheating of their public sector companies, all right. That is the major reason. तो ये सब आपको पता होना चाहिए. नहीं पता है तो आप रिवाइज कर लो, all right. If you have missed the newspaper, then what to do? For example, you are reading the newspaper for the first time after 2 months. Now what to do? What to do? Google कर लो यार. Chinese economy slowing down. Read 1 or 2 articles, you will get the whole story. Rather than going पूरा background में जाके 2 महीने का अखबार निकालो और फिर पढ़ो उन्हें बैठ के. Use the shortcut, right? Your aim is not to read the newspaper. Your aim is to identify the topics which can be asked. ठीक है? तो ये आपने एक टॉपिक आइडेंटिफाई किया, ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक स्लोडाउन है, रिसेशन इज स्टिल कंटिन्यूइंग, राइट. एंड देन यूएस इज अगेन टेकिंग सम स्टेप. दे आर सेइंग फोर्थ पॉइंट, ग्रेजुअल एग्जिट फ्रॉम अकोमोडेटिव मॉनेटरी कंडीशंस इन द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स. व्हाट डज दैट मीन? Okay, first of all, if you don't know anything, you must Google it or ask your friends. ठीक है? तो basically US में interest rates they were very low. Now they are raising the interest rates. So exit from accommodative monetary conditions. Monetary conditions are related to interest rates. Fiscal are related to expenditure revenue, right? ये distinctions आपको अगर clear हैं, then you can easily understand this fourth point. So you must understand each and every statement of the news item. नहीं है तो उसे Google करो, समझो, form a group. The best way to read a newspaper is to form a group, which should be not very big also. 2-3 लोग ही हो maximum, ठीक है? और then read the newspaper and at night you can discuss कि these are the 3-4 news items which came in the news. What do you understand? What I understand? All right, and what questions can be framed? This should be your approach, ठीक है? So this is one news item from the front page. What else? SC to hear plea of death row convict, not that important. HRD ministry seeks to douse fire, not important. Step up or step back, Umar tells Mehbooba, not important. Now which page to read? कौन सा पढ़ो? हैं? Last page, why? Last page पे क्या है? Speak up to fight abuse, Anushka. What nonsense. Read the economy page. Business page, page number 15. Reliance net profit surges, not important. Hindu Group new logo, not important. Airbus India, not important. China's 6.9% growth calms global market nerves. Again, a continuation of the front page news, so we must again read it. Then what else? Saudi Arabia's oil premium may force India to tap Africa. Again, important. 2015 a question directly came. Now how it becomes important? एक question तो आ ही चुका है अब ना, तो अफ्रीका पे तो नहीं पूछेंगे. Maybe a question can come on our oil dependence, on energy security. Energy security topic of GS 3. All right, this is how you can use a pen और यहाँ लिख लो ऊपर कि GS 3 सऊदी अरेबिया वाली न्यूज़ पे GS 3. All right. Then ITC gains from Maggie controversy, not important. Oceans will have more plastic than fish. Small news item पढ़ लो, कुछ होगा नहीं वैसे इसमें. Briefly में they have a news item on solar power. Tariff at record low drops to rupees 4.34 a unit. In 2015 there was a question, what are the reasons for unprecedented fall in solar tariffs? All right, तो आ चुका है लेकिन पढ़ लो एक बार, ठीक है ना? But you must know all this. ये पूरा एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी में आ जाता है पूरा टॉपिक. ऑयल, सोलर, हाइड्रो, राइट? GS3. Then last is a news analysis. Bad debts, a collective convergence of interests. तो NPAs are a rising problem. GS3, ठीक है? तो उसमें एक टॉपिक होगा ग्रोथ एंड मोबिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज. याद होना चाहिए, मोबिलाइजेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज में रिसोर्सेज आर फाइनेंसेस एंड ऑल्सो ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज, नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज, सब आ जाता है उसमें, ठीक है ना? सो दिस इज वन आस्पेक्ट, फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज. सो व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम्स ऑफ एनपीएस? ऑब्वियसली यू हैव बीन रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर, आपको एक स्टोरी तो पता ही है क्या चल रहा है. सम स्टेप्स हैव बीन टेकन, तो उसको आप फिर आगे यार दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अरुंधति भट्टाचार्य, SBI चेयरमैन, राइट? तो इसको पढ़ लो एक बार. व्हाट शी इज सेइंग, व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल प्रॉब्लम. Recently a statement of road and transport secretary also was there कि banks killed the road sector. All right, तो ये काफी problem चल रही है. Make a holistic topic. What is the problem? All right, what is the problem first of all? What are the reasons for it? And obviously what steps government has taken recently and what needs to be done. एक आपका पूरा NPA का topic prepare हो गया. That's it. All right, उसके बाद जब भी news item कोई आएगी related to NPA, either you can make your own notes or if you are using current affairs like Vision IS के notes पे आप लिख रहे हो side में, just add again there. All right, it is up to you. Now come to 16th page. Any news item worth reading? Along with e-visa, tourists to get SIM cards also. Okay, maybe a very fringe one statement you can add to the tourism topic. लेकिन इसमें कुछ है नहीं दम. Seychelles court orders unfreezing of Shiv Shankar's global assets. Again, a very specific topic, not that important. Rest of our some news item related to specific companies, not that important. Sikkim moving towards e-auction of cardamom. ठीक है, you can write it, but it's not a very important topic. ठीक है ना? देखो दो type की news items will be there. One is which will be a very big topic on which a question itself can be framed, and then there will be those topics which will be adding one or two lines to some other topics. तो ये उस type की news है. If you will, even if you miss it, you will not lose much. कोई ज़्यादा आपको नुकसान नहीं होगा इससे. We have to capture big things because our aim is GS 2 and 3 के 500 नंबर. Rather than adding one point to everything, GS 4 में से कुछ मिला न्यूज़ आइटम में से, मैगजीन मान लो आप पढ़ रहे हो, there is a supplement of Hindu magazine, right, which comes like I think on Wednesday. वहाँ से आपको कुछ ऐसा spiritual कुछ quote मिल गया, आपने कहा वाह, and you add it to your GS 4 notes. Not that important, right? Already the static syllabus which you will be reading, you will be reading some material, उसमें वैसे ही बहुत quotes होंगी. If you are able to reproduce those quotes only, that is more than enough. All right, got it? So we have to keep one specific base material. उसको पहले 3-4 बार revise करना है, then we have to add on if we have time. All right. World 14th. Till now we have got only 2 news items. China की एक थी front page पे और एक economy पे एक page की थी. And that NPA analysis we could have read. 2 news items we have found till now. Let's go to world page. 3,500 slaves held by IS in Iraq, UN. All right, you can read this. This problem of ISIS is going on. एक story पूरी बन गई, but don't make notes because this is going to be an ongoing problem. तो आप notes बनाते जाओगे तो 10 पेज का ISIS का आपका बन जाएगा. ठीक है ना? आपको फिर पकड़ सकते हैं वो क्यों इतना ISIS पे पढ़ रहा है ये. Why this guy is so interesting on IS? So don't make notes. Then Cameroon backs burqa ban in schools, courts, border crossings. Again a very fringe news item, right? It won't come. Dispute over opposition's role imperils Syria peace talks. All right, so again this is an ongoing topic. It will continue. कुछ कुछ चलेगा, पढ़ लो इसे. Don't make notes. Coaching will make the notes. That is what the coaching is for. They will cover this every month. आप इसको पढ़ के समझ लो कि what was going on. Initially they didn't want to talk with Russia or Iran. Now they are forced to talk. France has, after the Paris attacks, now they are willing to engage with Russia and Iran. तो अब आगे कैसे बात होगी? तो that is the news item regarding that. Now there is a infographic widening inequality gap. All right. Last year also many news agencies reported on this. Okay, what percentage of the top people hold most of the wealth in our country as well as around the world. So again this infographic is on the same. इसको पढ़ लो, समझ लो. If you want to make notes, then what you should do? Go to Google, इस infographic को save कर लो. It is in the form of notes only. No need to make any notes. All right? You can save this. Save pictures or images if you want, like these. All right? Otherwise, no need to save articles. उनके notes बना लो rather than. Then Trump vows to protect Christianity. Does. Chalo. No need to say anything. Sikh 3 Muslims made a get-off flight as pilot fell uneasy. All right, this is again a very fringe news item, not that important, right? Top US court to review Obama's action on immigration. Some domestic problem of the US, we are not that interested. अपनी problems तो पहले समझ लो. हमारी इतनी problems हैं, all right? A US investor who is betting on North Korea, again a very fringe news item, won't come. So here what we found? An infographic which we could save from the net. Rather, apart from that, we found nothing. Now, come to National, page number 13. NIA continues to search for evidence. Pathankot attack. All right, so again, no need to read it. Kargil was a lost opportunity to call Pakistan's nuclear bluff. It is the opinion of some person. No need. Wait longer to book train tickets online. Important for personal reasons, not for exam reasons. Pak team won't be let into airbase. Terror strike could have been prevented, says Vora. You can read it, but don't make notes, obviously. Security stepped up in Goa after terror threat. Modi slams Congress over Assam's concern. No, nothing to read in this page. Then page number 12. Many? Okay, no issues. Many of the news items are concerned with that Dalit suicide, Rohit Vemula, right? You can skip it, no issues. You can skip it, why? You can skip it, why? Why you can skip it? Because it is not that important. Okay, you will be remembering this event, okay, yes, some Dalit committed suicide. You can use it in some tolerance, intolerance debate, right? Yes, with regards to that, now it becomes important. SC/ST bill is in Parliament. All right, that is how you link it. All right. So apart from that, this news item per se is not important. We must not know कि कौन किसने मारा, क्या हुआ, कौन सी movie screen हो रही थी. We don't need to know that. For BJP, a poignant moment for introspection, no need. Lancet turns spotlight on ending preventable stillbirths. GS 2, health. Health education is part of GS 2. तो health पे है ये. Read this news item. Lancet turns spotlight on ending preventable stillbirths. कुछ मिला इसमें? Would you make notes of this news item? No need, right? No need. Some key causes are given which you will be already knowing if you have done your topic health of GS2. आपने वो prepare कर रखा है तो obviously आपको ये सब पता ही है what are the causes for stillbirths, IMR, MMR, all these things are there in the topic. So this is just a revision of your what? Revision of your syllabus. You don't need to know international data, इतना याद भी नहीं रहेगा. Let's be realistic. ठीक है? तो just read this news item, okay? Lancet ने किया है. Otherwise, no need. Fewer children during infancy, says survey. This news item is important now. All right, because this is specific to India. And here, they have given region-wise also some data. All right. So no need to remember data, but remember some regions कि जहाँ पर ज़्यादा है, कहाँ कम है. All right. This can be useful in your answer. आ सकता है वहाँ पर. In nearly every state, fewer children are dying in infancy, and across all states, more mothers are getting access to skilled antenatal care. The last round of NFHS data was released in 2005 and 6, and now they have released in 2015 and 16. So again, this is important to MDG. One of the goals of MDGs are this, right? And now another topic comes in force in importance is SDG. ठीक है ना? तो ये पूरा टॉपिक हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन 2013 दे हैड आस्क्ड व्हाट इज इंडियाज प्रोग्रेस ऑन एमडीजीज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू हेल्थ. तो एक चीज पे उन्होंने पूछ लिया. ऑलराइट. तो नाउ दे कैन आस्क ऑन अदर एस्पेक्ट्स आल्सो. तो अब आपको इस पे नोट्स नहीं बनाने चाहिए बिकॉज ऑलरेडी दे हैव आस्क्ड अ क्वेश्चन ऑन हेल्थ. सिमिलर क्वेश्चन दे वोंट आस्क. ठीक है? तो दिस इज हाउ यू यूटिलाइज प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस. सो ऑन दिस पेज आल्सो वी फाउंड नथिंग. Page 12 and 13 we got nothing. What we found till now? एक तो चाइना की न्यूज आइटम, देन एनपीएस और एक इन्फोग्राफिक, 3 चीजें मिली अभी तक. नाउ लेट्स कम टू एडिटोरियल. ग्रोइंग क्रैकडाउन ऑन एक्टिविस्ट्स. आफ्टर रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर ना, यू मस्ट रिकॉल कि व्हाट आई हैव रेड. मैंने पढ़ा क्या है न्यूज़पेपर में, व्हाट आर द न्यूज आइटम्स. ऑलराइट, देन इट विल स्टे इन योर माइंड. तो यहां पर अब देखो 10th पेज पे, व्हाट इज एंशिएंट प्रेजुडिस मॉडर्न इनइक्वालिटी. अनन्या वाजपेयी, रोहित वेमुला के सुसाइड पे पूरा लिख दिया है. ऑब्वियसली हिंदू डजंट मिस हिज अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ब्लेम द गवर्नमेंट. तो आई डोंट थिंक इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट, लीव इट. इसमें समथिंग मिथोलॉजिकल इज गिवन विच सम विल से सर आई कैन यूज इन एथिक्स. नो नीड. फर्स्ट एडिटोरियल, ग्रोइंग क्रैकडाउन ऑन एक्टिविस्ट्स. This editorial is given for the Jawabdehi Yatra initiated by Aruna Roy. Some attacks have been initiated on this Jawabdehi Yatra. It was for ensuring accountability in government services. तो उस पे उसने पूरा एडिटोरियल लिख दिया कि देखो कितना अटैक हो रहा है एक्टिविस्ट पे. ग्रीन पीस का भी रजिस्ट्रेशन दे हैव कैंसल्ड. तो यू कैन स्किप इट, इट्स नॉट दैट इंपॉर्टेंट. ऑलराइट, इट्स नॉट दैट इंपॉर्टेंट. देन सेकंड, लेसन्स फ्रॉम अ फ्लाउटिंग आर्मरी. The conviction of 35 crew members of a foreign vessel for illegal possession of arms and ammunition marks the end of trial that threw little light on what exactly the ship was doing when it was anchored off Thoothukudi in Tamil Nadu in October 2013. Is it important? All right, but other things become important, like that Italian marine case, right? And there is this issue of continental shelf and UN clause. ठीक है ना, एक इशू चल रहा है. Under UN clause, the demarcation of 12 nautical miles, 24 nautical miles, 200 nautical miles are done from coastline. But some countries which have big continental shelves, they want it from the end of the continental shelf. तो ये एक topic identify आप कर सकते हो. All right, because this ship is found off the coast. Otherwise, this issue is not important. The issue on which this editorial has been framed, that is not important. Coastal security part of GS3, and there is some international angle also which is part of GS2. ठीक है ना? So now you must have seen the GS papers. Many questions are such which should be asked in GS3, but they are being asked in GS2 because there is some relation. Syllabus is organic, it is linked. All right. So from this editorial, you don't need to make any notes, but remember that issue. अगर आपने नहीं prepare किया that issue, UN clause वाला, prepare it or read from some coaching material या Google कर लो. All right. Okay. Now come to page number 11. Maximum city minimum space. Demand to convert Mahalakshmi Racecourse into Mumbai Central Park brings out the city's strained relationship with space. All right, this editorial is on Mumbai. Mumbai में जगह कम है, लोग ज़्यादा हैं. But this specific issue is not important. What is more important is urban planning, and that is part of GS1, urbanization. ठीक है ना? That issue is important. You can use this specific example if you want, but this editorial is not. This whole article is not important. Now come to this. What the Patel rap says about America. This article is on that Patel incident. A very old fellow, he was pushed, he was beaten. All right, and I think the person has been declared not guilty or given a very lighter sentence. So उस पे article है. Not important. Is it important? Not important, yaar. There are so many issues which UPSC has to ask. Why will they ask this thing? All right, okay, tell me. What was that topic? Diaspora. Diaspora is that is part of GS2. And what questions they've been asking from diaspora? In 2012, they asked a question, how is the new diaspora different from old diaspora? Such a holistic, big question. Hana? So you must identify that this article is based on diaspora. And what kind of question UPSC has been asking, is it in line with that? No, so leave it. We don't have time. We have to study Optional, then we have to practice essay or ethics लिखना है, which will fetch you marks, which will give you good returns, rather than okay you must have some empathy. I'm not saying कि उस बेचारे के साथ बुरा हुआ तो he is not important. I'm saying this is not important, right? चलो. Then last on this side, tribute, scholarships that keeps giving. Some article has been given on Rudolph's scholarship. It is आपकी श्रद्धा है, पढ़ना है तो पढ़ लो. It is not important. All right. So आज कुछ नहीं था. There was nothing on the editorial page. Let's come to page number 8 and 9. Page number 8, students to be fined rupees 20,000 jail for parents caught helping. All right, पढ़ लो इसे. Then Karnataka government lists error in acquittal of Jayalalitha, not important. Teen goes home with a new heart, not important. Funeral for missing man in Kashmir, not important. SC stays Kerala action against IAS officer. देख लो अपनी नॉलेज के लिए क्या क्या चल रहा है, क्या गुल खिला रहे हैं ये. संगीत सोम सरेंडर्स इन कोर्ट, गेट्स बेल इन राइट केस, नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट. पेज नंबर 9, राइट्स एक्टिविस्ट आस्क्ड टू स्टडी रिपोर्ट ऑन बिहार जेल्स. मुंबई रीचेज आउट टू फ्लड विक्टिम्स बाय परफॉर्मिंग अ कॉन्सर्ट. वाह. लीडर्स पे होमेज टू बर्धन. एपेक्स कोर्ट टू हियर यूपी लोकयुक्ता केस टुडे. Okay, Lokyukta and Lokpal, part of GS2, accountability, right? तो वहाँ देख लो आप. This topic you must be aware of कि what is the situation, what is the status of Lokyuktas in India, different states में कैसे वो perform कर रहे हैं, right? तो यहाँ पर appointments का issue है यूपी में. Prepare this topic. Otherwise, not important specifically. Maharashtra to sell forest produce to Ramdev. Pandit couple returns to Muslim neighborhood in Kashmir. All right, again nothing substantial, nothing substantial. Empower पे not important. 6 पे ads हैं. 4 पे क्या है? BRT demolition begins amid cheers. Again this BRT issue is important for urbanization and smart city. Smart city will also come in urbanization. So just understand this topic. It is a very old topic, right? To understand what is the BRT, where it has been successful, like in Ahmedabad it has been successful, why it has not been successful in Delhi, what are the reasons, all these things you must know. PM levels dipped study. All right, the even odd formula hai. Again, you saw UPSC didn't ask question on this even odd formula. They will never ask questions on political schemes. But they asked a question कि Delhi में why it is more pollution compared to Kolkata and Mumbai. Alright, so they are asking holistic questions, general questions. Alright, rather than asking something specific, कि critically analyze the even odd scheme initiated by Delhi government. They will never ask this. Alright. Kejriwal blames center for Rohit's suicide. Not very surprising. More municipal wards likely. Funds for UP Haryana projects. Power regulation panel under fire. Fog cover shrouds Delhi NCR on 5th page. Nothing important. All right. Second and third, again nothing important. On second page, a diva with a difference. So she is a victim of acid attacks. So acid regulation now becomes an important topic. 2014, Supreme Court had passed some judgment regarding acid sale of regulation of acid sale. तो वो चीजें आप remember करो, याद करो. ठीक है. So this is your newspaper. Now tell me what we read. आज के न्यूज़पेपर में क्या था? Chinese and then NPAs. Okay, read the NPA article. एक बार पढ़ लो उसे. Most of you have not read it. Read it. Page number 15 at the bottom. All right. So this article, bad debts. It was on the NPS. You must have read. एक पूरा आपको अच्छे से background पता लग गया. Then you must remember कि Mission Indradhanush, right? That scheme for banking sector. Banking sector, right? There was one for health also, Indradhanush, immunization, और एक for banking. So that is aimed at reforming the bank boards and reforming the problem of NPAs also. तो उसको भी आप link करके पढ़ो जब आप ये पढ़ोगे. All right. So this is that news item. आपको इसका context पता लगे and how to use it. Now this news item, oceans will have more plastic than fish, WEF report. All right, we have said कि इसको पढ़ सकते हैं, छोटा सा item है. But there is some technical term also given in this news. With the theme of mastering the fourth industrial revolution, the World Economic Forum's 46th annual conference began Tuesday at a Swiss Sky Resort, Davos, जो भी है. Rest of the things are not important. जो पहली दूसरी लाइन में दिया है, fourth industrial revolution. So you must be curious कि what is the fourth industrial. ठीक है, तो उसको Google किया मैंने, and I found an article. पढ़ सकते हो इसे. All right. So ये देख लो आप एक बार कि what is it. So they are explaining what is the first industrial revolution. Read this paragraph. First industrial revolution uses water and steam. Second uses electrical power to create mass production. Third uses electronic and information technology to automate production. All right. And fourth is building on the third, the digital revolution. Basically the role of knowledge economy, that is more important in fourth revolution, fourth industrial revolution. तो ये एक बार ऐसे understand this technical term. What is the fourth industrial revolution? This is a very good term. You can use it in your essay. यहाँ आप use कर सकते हो. All right. So this was regarding your news. So in this newspaper and today's newspaper we found चाइना का 2 आर्टिकल थे. Then what else? NPA का we didn't make notes. NPA we didn't make notes. चाइना का कर सकते थे. And then what else? We saved the infographic and we googled this term. Apart from that we did nothing. So all this must be completed within 30 minutes maximum, 30 minutes tops. Do you think any other news item was important in this newspaper? All right. कुछ था important? हाँ? Lancet. अच्छा, that survey, NHFS survey. But it didn't say anything. It was just saying that most of the states, the infant mortality rate is under 50 now. That was the crux of that. हाँ, देखो हर चीज़ के नोट्स मत बनाओ, अंडरलाइन करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. What else? All right. अब नोट्स किसके बनाने चाहिए थे ये पूरे पेपर में? ये जो आर्टिकल था एनपीए वाला, दैट आर्टिकल, दैट वाज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो इफ यू hadn't prepared that topic, then only it was justified to make some notes. Otherwise, even for the China article also, it is an ongoing topic, no need to make any. So no need to make any notes for today's newspaper. Now comes a question that there may be times when we have to make notes. Now what to do? Make your own notes or just read the coaching material? क्या करना चाहिए? What should be done? Huh? Both should be done. Huh? Only read the coaching material, don't make your own notes.
No need of making.
It is up to you. It is up to you. I have given you the examples of two toppers. One didn't make any notes, one prepared thorough notes, self-made notes, but that too you should make in digital format only. कंप्यूटर पे बनाओ, बिकॉज दे आर ईजी टू रिवाइज, दे आर ईजी टू एडिट. कागज में लिखोगे, काटापिटी करोगे, आखिर में खुद समझ नहीं आएगा क्या लिखा है. ऑल राइट, तो मेक डिजिटल नोट्स इफ यू हैव टू, एंड आई टेल यू हाउ टू अरेंज योर नोट्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देर इज द सिलेबस. ऑल राइट, 4 फोल्डर बना लो, GS 1, 2, 3 and 4. इन दोज फोल्डर्स मेक सेपरेट फाइल्स फॉर द टॉपिक्स. एक मोनोलिथ फाइल मत बना लो वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट GS1 का. बाइफरकेट द सिलेबस ऑफ GS1 इनटू सेपरेट वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट्स, या वन नोट भी यूज कर सकते हो. थ्रू दैट यू कैन एक्सेस द सेम फाइल ऑन योर लैपटॉप एज वेल एज ऑन योर मोबाइल. ऑल राइट, तो अपडेट एनीथिंग ऑन दैट फाइल, इन दैट फाइल. ठीक है ना, एक वर्ड फाइल बना ली. मान लो अर्बनाइजेशन की आपने एक वर्ड फाइल बना ली, urbanization. All right, after that whatever you find in the newspaper with regards to urbanization, for example smart city का चल रहा है न्यूज़ में, and you make notes of smart cities. All right, तो make that in urbanization topic so that when you have to revise, एक तो आपको दिमाग में भी focus रहेगा कि this topic belongs to this file. All right, and you will be able to revise also specifically, and you will be able to update also specifically. For example, smart city में what aspect है? Smart city में what aspect है? What is a smart city? Okay, tell me what is a smart city? Tell me what is a smart city?
The city which uses its resources smartly.
Okay, this is one definition. But what the government said? What did Arun Jaitley said regarding smart city? A smart city is one which is able to attract investment. This is his definition. Otherwise, they released a white paper also. In that they said a smart city is a city which predominantly runs on technology. Very simple definitions, right? His definition was also correct. But we need to know what the government said regarding that. So what aspect हो जाएगा? In that there are 4 pillars also. पूरा detail आप कर लेना. Then what comes? Positives के how the smart city will help. All right, it will help in planned urbanization, good governance, all those things, helping entrepreneurs, setting up businesses. Positives आ जाएंगे. Then negatives. Negative means challenges. What are the challenges? Funding पहले तो issue है, कहाँ से पैसे आएंगे? All right, land acquisition, all those things will come. Then lastly, way forward, what should be done? How the smart city should proceed? It should be inclusive. It should be inclusive. It should not become islands of rich people जहाँ लोग रह रहे हैं gated colonies में. All right, like this. Then what else? News में आता रहेगा कि US signed to develop smart city, Singapore signed, ये सब news में आता रहेगा. So you add this in the what part कि we have signed MOUs with these countries. तो digital बनाओगे तो add करना आसान हो जाएगा. वहाँ एक point और लिख लिया. जापान ने बोला है, सिंगापुर ने बोला है, बार्सिलोना ने साइन किया, ऑल दिस थिंग्स यू कैन ऐड. ठीक है, यू गॉट इट. फिर कहीं कोई आर्टिकल पढ़ा वेयर दे हैव गिवन सम न्यू क्रिटिसिज्म्स, यू कैन ऐड इन दिस नेगेटिव्स, एक दो पॉइंट और लिख लिए. सो व्हाट हैपन्स नाउ, इंस्टेड ऑफ सेविंग आर्टिकल्स, you just extract the thing which is new and you add it in your notes and you throw off the newspaper. अब आपको आर्टिकल, बिकॉज मेनी पीपल दे सेव आर्टिकल्स, इतने सारे आर्टिकल हो जाते हैं, फिर उससे पहले और कुछ लोग कटिंग करते थे. What are you doing? You are living in the digital age and you are cutting newspaper और उसकी सेव कर रहे हो. All right, that you should not do. You should be as light as possible. Keep your luggage light. इतना सामान मत इकट्ठा कर लो कि फिर एग्जाम तक पहुंच ही ना पाओ. ठीक है, यू मस्ट बी लाइट. गॉट इट. सो दिस इज हाउ यू प्रिपेयर्ड योर डिजिटल नोट्स. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट एक टॉपिक है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. नाउ इन इंफ्रा व्हाट कम्स? रोड्स, मतलब ट्रांसपोर्ट पहले तो आएगा. ठीक है ना, ट्रांसपोर्ट आ जाएगा, एनर्जी आ जाएगा. ऑल राइट, इन ट्रांसपोर्ट अदर 4 थिंग्स विल कम. सो यू कैन प्रिपेयर अ डॉक्यूमेंट, वहाँ पर आप हेडिंग्स दो अच्छे से, मेक इट ईजी फॉर योर सेल्फ टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड रिवाइज लेटर ऑन. ऐसे करके यू कैन मेक योर डिजिटल नोट्स. दिस इज वन फॉर्म ऑफ मेकिंग नोट्स. गॉट इट. नाउ कम्स द लेजी पार्ट. कुछ लोग बनाना ही नहीं चाहते, कुछ लोग कहते हैं हमारे पास तो टाइम नहीं. वी हैव टू डू ऑप्शनल्स बिकॉज देयर ओनली विल स्कोर मार्क्स एंड विल गेट द इंटरव्यू रैंक, इंटरव्यू कॉल. सो फॉर देम आई विल सजेस्ट के डू वन थिंग. Read the newspapers. This was followed by my good friend. He cleared in 2010 with 14 rank. What he used to do is, he used to read the newspaper for 1 month and he used to mark what were the important things. और front page पे he used to write कि what are the important news items. Let's say 2-3 मिली, वो लिख ली for his reference. Then what he used to do is, he used to take out that monthly current affairs release, all right, vision eyes का. Then he used to search कि जो मैंने mark किया है whether it is covered in the news item or not. If it is covered and if it is covered sufficiently, हटाओ उसे. If it is not covered sufficiently, then he used to add what he found extra from the newspaper there. All right. So he used to save time. उस टाइम तो 2 ऑप्शन होते थे. All right. So this is one strategy which you can follow. महीने के अखबार रख लो साइड में, and when the current affair this issue comes out, you add whatever you find from the newspaper. It will take some time. Obviously, it will take some time, but it will take less time compared to making your own notes. Both the strategies are correct. It is up to you. Which one you are comfortable? सब कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि I have to make my own notes in my own language. Then only I'll be able to learn them, memorize them. मुझे दूसरे के नोट समझ नहीं आते, वो कैसे लिख रहा है, क्या लैंग्वेज में लिख रहा है. आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. ऑलराइट, सो इट इज अप टू यू हाउ मच यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद. बोथ द एस्पेक्ट्स आर देयर, राइट. बट जो भी अप्रोच फॉलो करो, रिमेंबर व्हाट, 500 ऑप्शनल, 250 essay, 250 ethics and major part of GS1. This doesn't need newspaper. This doesn't use newspaper, right? So you should be very careful where you devote your time. Got it? आगे sir. Okay, so this was regarding newspaper. Any questions? You got what the basic points I am trying to make. You got it, right? So be very specific about your newspaper reading. Keep a time limit कि 30 मिनट में पढ़ना है. ऐसे नहीं लेके बैठे हुए हैं रात में, फिर वो मिस हो गया, फिर सुबह फिर पढ़ रहे हैं. Don't do this. Be very specific. All right, and read a newspaper, at least a newspaper daily. Got it? Any questions?
Is the science and technology supplement required, or like every Monday it comes? So is it required to read that?
मतलब it is up to you. All right, every supplement will not have something relevant. It is up to you. You have to decide. Got it? Chalo, take care. Now Mayank sir will take the polity part. ठीक है ना? There are 5 more speakers. They will take specific sections.